And we're back. Good morning from the office. I am BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's right at 9 o'clock, and we're shifting over into our national segment here that we're going to do. Again, if you have information, 706-889-9700 news out there, send that to us. Also, chief@fetronews.com. If you'd like to write and report for fetronews.com, don't hesitate to get in touch with me, BKP. We are looking for people in Dawson, Lumpkin, White, Towns, Union, Pickens, Murray County, you name it, we're looking for it. Looking for news right here. So 706-889-9700. And also don't forget, go over to, we want to thank the UPS store of East LJ, North Georgia Diamond. They're located in the East LJ Walmart Shopping Center. Don't forget your promotional code when you go into North Georgia Diamond. It's fetronews.com. That's North Georgia Diamond, located in the East LJ Walmart Shopping Center. I'm here with my guest this hour, Ralph Barker. Ralph, how are you this morning?
Good morning.
Are you calmed down? We had 30 seconds, and I thought, are you calm?
I don't know. Where's my staff? They usually rub me down when I get like this. I've had it. Did you lock them out, Lonnie? Is my staff outside?
Have you had it? Have you had it?
Oh, shoot.
Hey, listen, I'm working on a whole week. I started this week, and I'm not going to yell at Lonnie all week, so don't get me worked up, okay? Lonnie thought yesterday it was already over, but I let him know it didn't happen. He thinks it happened. I'm like the government. It didn't happen, Lonnie.
That's right.
He thinks right. He thinks I yelled at him yesterday, but it didn't happen.
It's hard to prove.
It's hard to prove, exactly. It's like
not so much with video.
Check it out. That's what we look like.
Oh, that is awesome.
You like that?
I do.
Yeah, that's our background today.
That is great.
So, folks, you see our flag flying in the background with Ralph and I, and all of my books here on the front, but don't hesitate. Send us your background picture. It's Independence Day week here at fetronews.com, FYNTV. So send us, chief@fetronews.com. Send us one of your great pictures of an Independence Day celebration, maybe motorcycles going rolling thunder into Washington, D.C. with flags flying. Anything, we may use your picture for a backdrop. Email that to chief@fetronews.com. Where do you want to go first?
I'll tell you, I'm serious. I mean, the news this week, I mean, not Brexit so much. I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think that's something.
What do you think is a good thing about that? I mean, what are some of the top points that you think Brexit, I mean, they have talked about that for the last couple days. Now the markets look like they're going to stabilize a little bit today.
It's up 200 futures right now.
Right. So, and we have all heard, you know, the market was skyrocketing, and we all heard this adjustment was coming sooner or later, Brexit or nothing, right?
Good reason for it.
So, but what do you think was the upside of Brexit, Ralph?
I think that the British people are to the point where I am personally, where I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore. I mean, it's just maddening what we're letting bureaucrats and government, the regulators do to us day in and day out, and we don't squirm. Like how high can they turn the heat before something's going to bust? I mean, you know, Jefferson said we needed a revolution about every 20, 25 years. We're a little late, man. It's 250 years. I'm not saying we need a revolution. We need some kind of revolution, not necessarily guns.
Well, you know, we could do a revolution at the ballot box,
Exactly.
but here's the thing I want to be careful with that on. You know, have you seen where, and this was on a Drudge Report, and I seen it yesterday, where on Interstate 81, okay, Interstate 81 in Virginia, southbound, there's pictures all over the internet of UN military grade convoy of trucks, UN trucks, okay? And it's a convoy of, again, UN military trucks. I'll show you here in a minute. But the thing that's most upsetting is, do you know what the story starts out with? The story starts out, and it's gone now. It's interesting. It was there for 2 days. It disappeared. But the story starts out with conspiracy theory. Now, it really happened. There's UN military grade trucks on Interstate 81. This is a true site.
I don't, yeah, I don't know
Okay,
about that at all.
but it starts out, the story is conspiracy theorist. So it's always the first thing they do is say conspiracy theorist. So I don't want to be called that. That's where I'm going with that. But when we say revolution at the ballot box, I'm almost at the point that the powers of the world won't accept the ballot box. That's
I
a
agree.
fear I have.
Well, let me tell you, let's talk about the left for a minute in that regard. This happened in California and it's happened other places. The people vote. They go to the ballot box and they say, this is what we want. So they get what they want. They win the referendum. So what does the left do? They go to the courts to nullify it.
Right.
And then if they can't get it nullified, then they resort to violence. That's what they're starting to do now. We're starting to see the violence because they're not getting their way. They can't allow. Did we talk about, I can't remember, did we talk about Marcuse, Herbert Marcuse, the philosopher?
No.
His philosophy, and I believe he was early 1900s, if I remember right, but his philosophy says something like this, paraphrased: there's certain ideas that should not even be allowed into the discussion area. They're not allowed. They can't go there. Got to stay out here. And that's what we're practicing. We're shouting people down. We're getting them disinvited from university speeches because they're conservative, because they're with Trump. We beat up people because they're with Trump. That is Marcuse's philosophy. And if you keep some ideas out, then the ones that are in there are the ones that are going to eventually win because these are the only ones in competition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because there is example after example, and there's people sitting out there, and we're going to get in a minute, we're going to get to Benghazi, the report. We're going to get to the Secret Service agent. We're going to get to the abortion clinic in Texas. Now, abortion clinics in Texas, the Supreme Court ruling yesterday, if you're wondering what that is. Now, what you're saying there is, see, we talk about a revolution at the ballot box. And then we turn around, and if I tell somebody I'm concerned that the government, and not just our government, say I'm concerned that I don't know if the people of Great Britain will ever get to leave the EU. I'm not sure that won't get manipulated. I'm not sure that something doesn't happen there. I'm not sure that the will of the people at the ballot box will be upheld there. I got to see that happen first.
Well, I think there's a little bit of what you might call the night after the binge effect. You know, when you go out on a drunken spree, which I've never done, by the way, but I've heard about this from friends. The next morning, you regret it. I mean, you have regrets. And I think a lot of those got into the emotion of it and the excitement that we're going to be free again. And then they say, wow, look what this is going to cost. It's going to be 2 years of pain. There's going to be all, I think there's a lot of that right now. And I don't know if that will turn the tide and maybe get to where something could happen. But
I think it's, if there's any remorse on their vote, it's because it's self-inflicted pain on them. I mean, they wake up the next morning and they're having it shoved down their throat that they've ruined the world economy, and England will be, isolated now, and we won't have trading partners, and it's coming out, and see the results, and like, oh, did I do that? Well, that's what they try to fear the people into, is if you take control of yourself, you can't really do that, and this would happen. And I think that's what's going on. Example, not going down the road, but is it as high as 78% of the citizens of Kentucky went to the ballot box, voted to amend their constitution to say that they did not support same-sex marriage. A constitutional amendment voted on by the people. What happened? Took it into the courts. We didn't respect the vote of people. It's happening. This is not an issue on whether we're discussing same-sex marriage. We're discussing examples of the vote of the people. You hit a home run there with that. Hey, you don't like the vote of the people? Let's go into the courts. And that I'm concerned about. Revolution at the ballot box concerns me that they will not let it happen.
Well, they say, if someone is really following you, you're not paranoid. If there's really a conspiracy, there's a conspiracy. And there are some conspiracies. In fact, human beings are conspirers. You get two of them together, they conspire. There are organizations that do influence things. Now, whether they're the ones back there pulling all the strings that own Obama and, I don't know about all that. but they're out there. I mean, there's those types of organizations, and there is some truth to conspiracies, especially when you're talking about an establishment, or really a worldwide establishment. It's not just Washington, it's the world.
Why do we have to have due process to get our constitutional rights? I'm so tired of that.
Well-
But here's the thing. It's just like with the no-fly list. I'm getting a little off here,
Yeah,
but I'm going to
that's
go. The no-fly list, the terrorist watch list.
Yeah.
Okay, so they say, what if Ralph gets on there? Because we've seen lists of people that have been on no-fly
There's
list.
the Fox News.
Right,
reporter on
Chris
there.
Hayes.
Chris Hayes, okay.
But we see this. So they say, well, what if you get on there?
Mm-hmm.
And the politicians will say, well, what we're trying to do with the bill is make it to where you have your due process. Look, I want my due process, but I shouldn't have to have due process to maintain my constitutional rights. It shouldn't have to result on due process. Now, due process usually means, what about the Americans that can't go over and plop down 10 grand, call an attorney and say, look, I've been put on this fly list and I need to get into court immediately and get no fly list, get it done. All right, bring me down 5 grand and that's your due process. We'll get it done and we'll get you off there. Why do we got ourselves in a position that our due process all the time, we're being told, oh, we have due process.
Well,
Who's got 10 grand all the time to go
Well,
defend
well,
themselves?
that's absolutely true. And the Constitution, if I remember right, I don't have it in front of me right now, about the due process part, you can't be deprived of property, life, or liberty without due process.
But not everybody has the money.
Why not? Well, I agree. But I'm just saying, back to the no-fly list, like you said, anybody can get on there. They say it's hard to get off. I mean, if I've got on the no-fly list, I don't even know who I'd call to even talk about getting off. I don't know who's got that list. But again, it's going to cost me money. It's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me frustration, and I may not get off anyway because I'm a veteran. We're suspicious. I'm a Christian. I'm suspicious. I'm in the Tea Party. I'm suspicious. In fact, after this program, I'll probably be on the air fly list.
You're a suspicious kind of fellow.
I know.
Lonnie, put up the picture here. We'll talk about it in a minute. Put up the picture of the 4 dead Americans. All right. The Benghazi report. The Democrats have released, I haven't had time to read it this morning, but the Democrats have released a report that basically says, obviously, that Hillary Clinton is totally absolved from this. I mean, she didn't do anything wrong. She's okay. And I haven't read it, but I've heard reports that Donald Trump's even in the Democrat side of the report.
Shocker.
Huh?
Shocker.
Well, I think what happened, see, all I know is it's just speculation right now, but the Democrats, have you heard the Democrats' reports out, and
Yeah.
Donald Trump's in it in several places?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's actually in the Democrat report of Benghazi, so.
Regarding what? I mean, what was
I don't know. I think what happened that night is I think when they couldn't say it was the video, I think the Democrats are going to say they heard that Trump may run for president. So they went on the warpath and attacked. No, warpath. That would be Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton. Sorry, got that wrong. But I really think, I don't know what it is, but here's our background right now, okay? And we will never forget these 4 Americans that asked for help that night. That's Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, Glenn Doherty, and Tyrone Woods. But the point is the Republicans have come out, and their report, I understand, in the first 3 hours of the attack, while Ambassador Stevens was, my understanding, is still missing, okay? While Ambassador Stevens is still missing, my understanding is they're in there crafting their story on the video 3 hours later, that this video caused this. And put up the picture of Hillary at the Benghazi hearing, how concerned she looked that day.
Is the Republican report out now?
Yes.
It must have just come out today.
It came out this morning.
Okay.
It came out this morning. But what I'm saying is these 4 Americans were let down. Hillary Clinton will I know this may sound like a stretch, but Hillary Clinton will let the American people down the same way.
Well, I agree. I think she's proven that. She'll throw anybody under the bus. Anybody. I mean,
Yes.
that's her history. You know, I may have told you this when we were on the phone the other day, but you know, I sit there and I hear Hillary Clinton.
That's Hillary's response. Remember at the Benghazi meeting, like, do I have to be here?
Oh yeah, and what difference does it make?
Yeah, what difference does it make, right?
But she getting up there lecturing or telling their crowd there that about Trump's corrupt business practices. How can she say that with a straight face? Making that an issue, Trump's business, when you've got the Clinton Foundation and all the stuff that's going on there, all the payoffs, all the corruption, and she's sitting there. Of course, that's what they do. They blame you for what they are, and then you have to sit there and defend yourself while they're still doing the thing they accused you of. That's how they do it. But she gets away with it. And something I thought about today, I don't know why I didn't think about this before. I'm thinking, how can these people be out there yelling and cheering and stuff like that? Well, probably, and I haven't seen any statistics, but I imagine a great proportion of her audiences and her crowds are people in that 50% that don't pay tax. A lot of them owe school debt. And so obviously, if they don't pay any taxes, they've got no investment in this thing. And if they're going to talk about giving me free college and giving me free phones and taking away my debt that I owe, yeah, all right.
Do you think Elizabeth Warren will end up being Hillary's running mate?
I hope so.
Do you?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, I don't know if she will. I kind of doubt it. I think two women's a little risky. First time out for a woman, and it would take some of the shine away from Hillary, and she won't like that because she outshines Hillary. I mean, she's much better speaker and motivator than Hillary is, in my opinion.
I got an opinion too, but I'm gonna reel back in right now for just a second. I'm gonna try to hold it. What'd you bring with you this morning before we go to break? Kiss, anything you just reading the Wall Street Journal this morning?
Nothing that you haven't talked about. You know, the Brexit thing is the main thing, of course, and going on about.
Will that play in
control.
America? Will that play
I hope
here?
so. Yeah, I do. I mean, I hope people have that same. I think from their perspective, and I was proud of them. I'm thinking they finally got tired of everybody telling them what to do, and they did something about it. And that's what I'm hoping America may do one day, get tired of this way we are now with all the you know, we don't have any freedom hardly anymore. As long as we can walk around, we think we're free.
Well, I think we have our eye off the ball. I don't have time to do it, and anybody that wants to get involved. In fact, look, folks, FYN TV, we do not have to go off the air at 11 o'clock. Don't forget at 10 o'clock, weekdays, Monday through Thursday, we have North Georgia's only live online newscast, The Morning Report. So don't forget about that. But we don't have to go off the air. If you have other things that you want to come in here and you want to do a show, maybe yourself, because I think we got our eye off the ball. I would like to see some serious stuff being done that I don't have time for. I think we're talking about all this. I think we got refugee resettlement. I think we've got illegals coming in here by the thousands. I think we got some disastrous stuff going on that we're not seeing, or we're so busy we can't pay attention to it.
Well, yeah, we are too busy. That's one of the problems. Getting anybody to do anything anymore, even to get them to come to a banquet like I do every year is a hard enough job. And that's just for an hour and a half. So
When's the banquet?
October.
October?
You're going to come, right?
Yeah, you put me right on the spot. Look,
Yeah,
let's see what he did. Yeah, getting you to get out of here and come to a banquet. Okay, all right already. I mean, Ralph, you know, you're asking me to go to the banquet?
Sure, of course.
I'll be at the banquet.
the banquet.
Now I have to look at my schedule book. I hope I didn't jump into
You
something.
probably got another banquet that night.
I'm your host, BKP, here with Ralph Barker. We're enjoying this morning. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the campaign trail, talk a little bit about, hey, what about that interview last night? I didn't get to actually watch the interview, but it's going around. Do you believe this Secret Service agent? People need to know the real Hillary. The video, she's an angry person who is an habitual liar, habitually lies. Okay, I think the guy's telling the truth.
I do too.
You think so?
We've seen her lie. You can just watch the film clip.
You've seen her lying
Yeah, on film. Yeah,
on film.
on film. You've seen
Okay,
these clips.
let's go to break. When we come back, we are going to talk a little more about Pocahontas and Papoose there, Hillary and Elizabeth Warren. And I still haven't figured out yet why they didn't just, why didn't Pocahontas canoe down the Greenbrier and help her and Hillary reach out and help save some poor people in West Virginia. But anyhow, they're up in Ohio because they're going to bring back jobs to Ohio through their socialist programs. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a sponsor, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Go over and see our friends at Mattress Overstocked. Mattress Overstocked. Go see Gary, Richard, or Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. They're located in the East LJ Walmart Shopping Center. Mention this ad. Your promotional code is fetchernews.com. 706-698-7378. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ Fitness. LJ Fitness, 379 River Street, LJ, 706-636-2348. Lonnie, let's take a brief break there.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine.
El Rey.
El Rey and Ellijay.
Switch and save at Schottenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Schottenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Announcing Pizza Hut's new Applewood smoked bacon and melty cheese. Stuffed in the crust. Pizza Hut's Bacon Stuffed Crust Pizza is here, now with Applewood smoked bacon and loaded with cheese in one irresistible crust. Just $12.99, only at Pizza Hut.
You're making me crazy.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk? Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm here with my good friend, Ralph Barker. Glad to have you this morning, Ralph.
Good to be here.
George's grandchildren are in this week, and he's spending time with his grandchildren. George will be back tomorrow. Ralph, Hillary Clinton. Hillary and Elizabeth Warren, their entire career is surrounded by taking our money. That's their wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Taking our money. Not, at no time have they ever been entrepreneurs. At no time have they ever, done anything to achieve wealth. Their wealth is totally from taking from us, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, I don't think she can pick Elizabeth Warren. I think right now all she's doing is a little bit of soliding up the base and getting some Bernie Sanders voters over to her before the convention. Because I'm going to tell you something, Elizabeth Warren has a problem with the way she's attacked Wall Street to come out and be Hillary's running mate, don't you think?
Hillary attacks Wall Street, though.
But we all know,
Well, yeah,
we all know Hillary is the friend of Wall Street, endorsed by Wall Street. Bernie's asked for her to release the transcript of her speeches, on and on and on, right?
Right.
So we know that, and we know that, as of not even a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Elizabeth Warren was more on the Bernie Sanders camp and going after Wall Street. Elizabeth Warren cannot be seen together with Hillary and really have any credibility, would you think?
Yeah, I agree with you that stirring up the base right now and trying to get the Bernie people over is probably part of the goal there. I don't think she would allow her, like I said, she outshines, she's much more compelling on her own than Hillary. Hillary to me is just a screamer, which grates me the wrong way. But Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, she's much better at communicating and giving some legitimate excitement to the crowd. So I don't think she's going to let her outshine her in the long run.
Just real quick, hey Lonnie, are we coming through okay, or is it just me having a broadcast problem over here with my computer having an issue? I think so. No, I think it's just me. Is it me over here?
I'm double checking.
Okay. Because I think I'm having internet problems here on my computer, and I got too many tabs.
Our broadcast stream is still going.
Huh?
Our stream is still going. I'm checking the stream, but we're still broadcasting.
Okay, because I have a black screen.
Who would you think that she might pick? who would be good?
I don't know. They're
person?
talking about Tim Kaine. They're talking about Tim Kaine. I'm not for sure. I don't think. It's me over here? Okay. All right. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think it's Tim Kaine. I don't know. If this is a horse race, I got money on Cory Booker in New Jersey. Now, is America ready to have another, I don't care how this sounds, another black candidate on the ticket? I don't know if we are or not, okay? I don't know if we're ready for that or not,
Well,
okay?
now you say
Cory Booker.
Is that generic in the sense?
Did you put the picture of her whispering in the ear up?
It's up now. I was trying to figure out the.
I don't have it.
Give me a second, it'll come up.
You must be on a long delay.
So were we on the black screen actually?
I was trying to figure out, but we were still broadcasting.
But was it just a black screen?
No, I got broadcast.
Okay. All right, because we're doing a lot of new things messing around, so we're trying to make it, we're trying to do a lot of new things. So Lonnie's clicking around, so I'm trying to keep an eye on the broadcast, so I don't mean to get sidetracked. I don't know if America's ready for another black candidate on the ticket.
On the Democratic ticket or any ticket?
Any ticket.
Well, see, because I think like Herman
No. Well, I don't know. Now this picture right here that you've been seeing here for a couple minutes, this is Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton. And Hillary's whispering in Elizabeth's ear, look, it's not that hard. We stand on stage, we lie to them, we both say we're going after Wall Street. We both say that we're going to bring down, crony capitalism. We both say all that. Trust me, the American people will never catch on to anything. That's my little joke of the day. So then after they get done here, Lonnie, put up the picture of them celebrating yesterday, Papoose and Pocahontas. Put that picture up. I don't know if American people are ready for a black candidate on any ticket.
I would think they might be, but I mean,
Huh?
I would think they might be. If it was like I would vote for Herman Cain, for example, if he was running, or Gordon, who's a former Congressman Alan West. I'd vote for him.
It's not that I wouldn't support them or endorse them. I'm just wondering if sadly enough, this is not saying it's the right thing to do.
Right.
But it's sadly enough. Now they're together strong. See, they were whispering yesterday. Ralph and I are talking, I just seen that. They were whispering the other day about, hey, we'll lie and then we'll come out and we'll be strong together. This is the ambiguous gay duo. I'm just saying, folks, I'm just saying. Those are my words, I'm just saying. Pocahontas and Papoose up there. Well, I didn't mean them. I meant, they were Hillary was at a gay pride parade yesterday, or day before yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, she was there with Uma Abedin, her Iranian assistant,
Right.
Muslim Iranian assistant.
She's not the one that's married to the creepy congressman,
Yeah. Right. But she is an Iranian. Let's get her off the screen. A little less Hillary and Elizabeth Warren I could take. She is married. Uma Abedin is a Muslim Iranian, her chief assistant, and I think what we're going to be talking about the rest of the week is we need to start talking about them testifying, because I think the email issue is going to start really taking off.
Do you think she'll get indicted? Or you think they'll at least refer for an indictment? I mean, the FBI?
What happens if they refer from one and walk away from it?
Well, they can. I mean, obviously, but it gets the FBI off the hook. They say,
Huh?
I'm talking about if the FBI refers, says we think this is worthy of indictment, and then the Justice Department says we're not going to do it, nothing we can do about it.
Well, what's his name, the former governor of Virginia, where the Justice Department did an overreach and the Supreme Court came out and said, Governor, is it McDonald or was that his name?
Drawing a blank.
From Virginia?
Yeah, I know who you mean.
But anyhow, I don't know that the Justice Department, I don't know that they'll indict her. I'm not for sure, but I think it's going to be in the forefront. I don't think she can pick Elizabeth Warren and make it through the general election. I don't think the American
That's
people.
why I want her to pick her.
Who do you think Trump's going to pick?
I mean,
See, I'm hearing Allen West.
Well, now I love that. See, I would love that. I think what you said, I think it's what you said last time we were on, the fact that, and I didn't think about it till you mentioned it, that Newt would be great as chief of staff. Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, what somebody called him the other day, he's the consigliere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newt, yeah.
He's the perfect guy.
Yeah, Newt needs to run things.
Yeah, he does. So that would be perfect. And Allen West, man, I'd be excited about that. I think that would stir up the. A friend of mine runs Allen West's website, same one that does my website. So we're a little bit.
If he picks the former senator of Massachusetts, what's his name? Trump. Do you know what I'm talking about? I've lost my train.
Senator?
Yeah, he's former senator Scott.
Scott. Yeah, I know who you mean, Scott. But what is his last name? Scott, right?
Right, I think so.
Scott Walker.
No.
Who am I thinking of? I don't know.
I'll have to get it in a break.
You didn't take your ginkgo today.
No, I didn't. Exactly. I mean, I am
drawing names. We can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
It was Scott Walker, wasn't it?
Is it Scott Walker?
Yeah, I think it's Scott Walker. Yeah, it was Scott Walker.
Let's see if that's him real quick.
Yeah, it's got to be.
No, not Scott Walker. No. Anyhow, I got to get it during the break. If he picks this guy from New Hampshire, I don't know if I'm leaving the ticket.
He doesn't need to do a northeasterner. He doesn't need a northeasterner. He got the northeast. He needs southerner, somebody down here over, like Allen West.
No, we'll do that during the break. If he picks this guy in the Northeast, I'm through with him because this guy.
Where are you going to go then?
Huh?
You're through with him. Where are you going to go then?
Scott Brown. Thank you,
Oh,
Scott Brown.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
If he picks Scott Brown, I'm through with him. Yeah.
All right, but why? I mean, when you're through, then what?
I'm going to run myself. I hear George Will and them are looking for somebody to run.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going out there.
I don't blame you.
I'm going to announce.
I don't blame him.
In the day, folks, if he announces Scott Brown as his vice president, I'm through. I will be on the Never Trump. I better not say that. I could get in trouble, right? I mean, it could come back to haunt me.
Could, yeah.
Huh?
I
would have to retract.
Is a coup still going on?
Right, I would have to retract, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
And I got to be careful with that.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, I don't want to retract.
Yeah.
Huh?
I agree. You don't want to go there.
I thought Trump gave since the last time you were here, I thought Trump gave an excellent Hillary Clinton speech.
He did.
I think it was everything that they all, when I say all Republicans should be looking for. What did we say through the primary of 17 candidates? We had a common goal, Hillary Clinton. We all had a common topic, a common goal was Hillary Clinton. That was the one thing, no matter if you were for Scott Walker, no matter if you were for Rick Perry, no matter who you were for, our common goal was we can't let Hillary be president, right? Mm-hmm. Yourself, you came here and started today. We're going to go to break, and then I want to talk about the Supreme Court, and I want to talk about some of your books. But the reality is we have, when I say we, you and I know, I'm going to speak for you for a minute. We have been waiting how many years for somebody to finally have the nerve to come out and put their foot on Hillary Clinton's throat and not come up.
Yeah, forever.
Right?
A long time.
And Trump did that.
He has.
Right?
He has. Mm-hmm.
Called him to task.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, she's out there on the stump, and she's making all kinds, her and Elizabeth Warren, and she says he calls women a bimbo. Well, look, I think she's messed up, because I think Trump can trot out all of Bill's bimbos on the stage, right?
That would be a show, man.
Huh?
Yes, he could.
Trump's going to be in Pennsylvania today. We're going to come back and get Ralph's prediction, what he thinks may happen. I asked George last week, see what he may think what's happening. It's still 4 months out. I'm not even thinking about the polls. I'm not even concerned about the polls. We'll come back. I want to ask Ralph, because he is involved with the Crisis Pregnancy Center in Pickens County, right?
Right, correct.
I want to ask Ralph what his reaction is this morning to the Supreme Court's decision in Texas yesterday concerning the abortion case. Some are saying that's one of the biggest setbacks to pro-life in years. So we want to talk to him about that. And also we'll look at a couple more things before we close up our day here. 9:35 this morning. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Now don't forget, do not forget that at 10 o'clock, North Georgia's only live online morning newscast with Kevin Hensley, the Morning Report. Stay with that. And Lonnie, I didn't even ask you, have we set Oscar up even with that? So we're running the new broadcast, new software. We have new software. We're running that this week. And I didn't know if Lonnie was able to set that up. So don't forget, this morning, after we come back, we're going to have our inspirational moments with our dear friend, Colonel Oscar Poole. So we're going to go to break right now. We'll be back. Lonnie, take us to break.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella J next to Walmart.
Announcing Pizza Hut's new Applewood smoked bacon and melty cheese, stuffed in the crust. Pizza Hut's bacon stuffed crust pizza is here, now with Applewood smoked bacon and loaded with cheese in one irresistible crust. Just $12.99, only at Pizza Hut.
You're making me crazy.
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ella J. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
El Rey and Ella J.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ella J.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Better days ahead.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
We're back. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You know, I have to tell you, I'm your host, BKP. There's nothing better than doing this show. I enjoy it so much coming here every day. But one thing I like doing is I like doing it with my friends and cutting up a little bit. We have George here, but today my guest is Ralph Barker, and we're cutting up about a couple things during the break. Ralph, the Supreme Court, some say, set pro-life activist, pro-life movement back yesterday. Now, we have the original, what I call the original catalyst to this is, remember the abortion doctor was in Philadelphia that the clinic was a mess. It was a disaster. You remember the whole story. The lady died, right? Lady ended, but he went to prison for this. He got convicted, okay? So Texas, I'm doing the thumbnail sketch. Texas says that abortion clinics have to meet outpatient surgical requirements.
And be so close to a hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They have to meet outpatient. Now, they don't try to strike abortion down. So in healthcare, outpatient surgical facilities have to have certain things. I seen a joke, not a joke, this is not a laughing matter, but I seen something on Facebook yesterday saying, well, you know, the Waffle House has to get a food inspection, but not an abortion clinic, you know?
Right.
Excuse me, and they have to post it.
Right.
So the state of Texas generally said, look, abortion clinics have to meet outpatient surgical requirements.
Yeah.
Part of outpatient surgical requirements is obviously inspect the facilities, so far from a hospital, and the doctors that perform the abortions have to have admitting privileges. Okay, now I think you understand this and you can chime in at any time, but anytime you go to the doctor right now for anything, okay, the doctor you see, if they say, hey, you need to go to the hospital, they're going to send you to where they have admitting privileges. You with me?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So that's what Texas is basically saying. Now, what in anything here sounds like that they're not concerned about a woman's health?
Well, using the left's argument, let's use some common sense.
How dare you?
Doesn't that sound like...
Kill his mic now. Go ahead.
Doesn't that sound like common sense? Like, why not? There's a video, I can't remember the name of it, went around 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a documentary on this type of thing, of how many women die, you never hear about it, rarely hear about it, especially on the national level, die because of an abortion procedure. They either die there or they ship them real quick to a hospital and they die there where it's not blamed back on the abortion clinic. So this is not unusual. It doesn't happen like every day, but I'm just saying
It could happen.
It does happen.
It does happen.
It does happen, and you don't hear about it. So what they're saying, what Texas was saying, I can't see how that would raise anybody's ire up about this. It is just common sense. It's only decency, and if you do care, you know, this is where I start getting mad as hell again.
Go for it.
I mean, when you all these things about I care about you, all the things that Hillary says, especially I care about you, the little people, and you know she despises them. I mean, you listen to Secret Service agent and other people. I've read other books. I've interviewed Secret Service agents that wrote books on her years ago when she first went into office. And it's consistent with what this guy's saying. The woman is the way they say she is. She'll smile at you, and when the cameras go off, she just soon, you know, push you in a ditch. And that's true. I really believe that. I believe, and this is harsh, but just knowing what I know about my studies of history, of communism, Marxism, socialism, liberals, leftists, if they get the opportunity, because of their worldview, see, their worldview says anything that gets in the way of getting to this utopia over here is irrelevant. You can kill it, you can smash it, you can make it irrelevant, whatever you want to do, don't let it get in the way. Getting here is all that's important, and if killing's necessary, they will kill. That's what communists did. They had no conscience about killing millions of people because they were stopping the march to utopia. That's what we're dealing with right here. These are little issues, not little issues, but issues within all of this. I really believe that's what's going on. So common sense doesn't play into this. Rationality doesn't play into this, just like in that particular case. Does that sound rational? Am I using common sense?
No, I understand what you're saying because I'm caught off guard. And, you know, immediately the Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton type, and that's just that. That's just that. That mindset immediately will attack me and tell me that I don't have the right to even discuss this. But
there's Marcuse.
Right, I have concern on women's health, and I think don't see a problem with what Texas did. Supreme Court said no, they struck it down.
Did you read I didn't read the logic or the argument behind their ruling. Did you?
No.
I'd like to see.
No, I did not, but I will say this. I guess the sad thing in it is even if Antonin Scalia it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah,
so
in that case.
There's a lot of work to do here, and it's interesting because statistically, we're probably, as a people, the most pro-life we've been in generations. As people, when you ask and take polls, more and more people are saying I'm pro-life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yet our laws don't reflect that. So I mean, I know that's not a sensitive subject for me. It's not a sensitive subject for me. I don't like when Tim Kaine goes on. Let me just go there, okay? I have very dear Catholic friends.
Me too. Yep.
And I think they cringe when a Catholic like Tim Kaine goes on TV on an interview this Sunday that possibly could be Hillary Clinton's running mate and gives the Catholic excuse of why he's not going to determine your right to choose. I hate that.
What is the Catholic
the Catholic excuse? Remember John Kerry gave the Catholic excuse? You remember what's his name up there? The lowlifes up there in Massachusetts. The Kennedys have always give the Catholic excuse.
Yeah.
I call it the Catholic excuse. They're Catholics, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Pelosi, all of them.
Catholic.
They give the Catholic excuse. We are Catholic. Our personal view is we side with the Catholic doctrine, but we feel it's your right to make your decisions.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
That's the Catholic excuse. I remember getting that from.
Now, the sad thing is I'm not downing my Catholic friends.
No, I understand.
It's the political Catholic excuse. I can't stand it, and I won't name this individual, but I got a friend today that works for EWTN, right? That's Catholic, right?
I know they are.
I have a friend that works for EWTN that I grew up with, okay, and just goes pulling their hair out every time they hear one of these Catholic politicians used what I call the Catholic excuse. And that came from Tim Kaine Sunday, because I think he was asked, well, you're considered a pro-life. Are you a pro-life? Whoa, let me stop you right there. You know, I don't want you to misunderstand. Let me invoke what I call Catholic excuse. This, I got to get to your books because we got to get out of here, but this former Secret Service officer, Gary Byrne? How do you pronounce his name there, Ralph?
How do you spell it?
B-Y-R-N-E. Byrne?
Byrne, isn't it?
Byrne, right? Yeah, Byrne. Gary Byrne. Former Secret Service officer Gary Byrne, author of the new book, Crisis of Character. You have books with you today. Are you interested in reading that one?
Yeah, well, definitely. I definitely want to read it. I've read like the other ones about her, and so that's why I have a consistent
He was standing
view.
outside the door. I just believe this guy. I believe this guy. He was standing outside the door, and everything he's telling in these interviews and some of the things he's putting out are the things that we have heard for years, that, you know, little rumors that this happens and that happens with the. So I can't wait to really get to talk about this.
Well, yeah, he now I think the left's argument has been that, well, he was a uniformed Secret Service. He wasn't around the door, you know, because they were usually outside. Now I don't know if there's any truth to that, or I know he was uniformed, but I don't know. We'll have to hear how that comes out, how he knew all this stuff, if he really had access.
I've heard the lamp story across the room several times, right?
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
So, and we have heard not just from him how Hillary treats people.
Yeah.
We didn't have to have him come out with a book to hear about how Hillary Clinton treats people.
No.
Okay.
That's been around forever.
Hillary Clinton looks at the little people and talks to them like a dog, period.
Exactly.
And when Donald Trump goes into Trump Tower, he stops and says hello to the janitor, and they know him as Mr. Trump, and he looks at them and says hello and addresses them. That's why this guy resonates. $10 billion guy in New York City walks in Trump Tower, and it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire and this guy's a janitor, he will look at you and say hello to you and ask you how you're doing.
Yeah. This is not parallel to that. But
You understand?
Yeah, I do. Jennifer Hazelton.
Right.
We talked a lot about Fox News and her experiences there. And you know who she said one of the nicest people there was? It kind of shocked me in a way. Not that it shocked me, it just would give her a guess. Juan Williams.
Juan?
Said he was.
I could see that. I do see that.
They were, all of them, I mean, most of them, she said, were very nice, and there were some that weren't. But, you know, Juan, you know, she said he just really was friendly and was always there. So that was kind of nice to hear that, because I disagree with Juan on a lot of his views.
I do too.
But
folks,
nice,
not to interrupt your friend, folks, we're getting ready to go. We have Oscar Poole's Inspirational Moments, and we have the Morning Report with our Daily News with Kevin Hensley. But before we go, when Ralph Barker comes and visits the show, he always brings several books with him, and I always tell you guys out there, he is the one guy that he says, hey, if you get a minute, read this book. I recommend it and back him up on that. What'd you bring with us today?
How much time we got? Just so I know.
3 minutes max.
Okay, that's fine.
Lonnie's already given me the high sign behind there.
I'd like to, someday, if you're open to this, I'd like to come back and do a show and talk a lot about the Christian perspective on all of this, about the biblical worldview and why we're a Christian nation, supposedly. At least this is a Baptist culture, if nothing else. This is where
Put that in an email to me so I can remember. We will actually set up a show where you do that.
And I'd love to get people to write in maybe beforehand and ask questions.
Yeah, we'll promote it ahead of time.
For example, this is an old book. You'd never probably find it in a bookstore. You can get it online at eBay or somewhere, called The Christian Mind. The first words, the first sentence in this book is, there's no longer a Christian mind. The Christian mind has been secularized. It's been Neoplatonized, compartmentalized. We separate things into secular and sacred, and that's a drastic mistake. Everything is spiritual. There's no way you can go on this planet or in outer space or any planet where you can escape the requirement God puts on you. It's called The Christian Mind by Harry Blamires. And when we come back and do another show, we'll talk.
Did you get this for 50 cents? So if I gave you 50 cents, you let me have this? I mean, you break even. What are you trying to make money?
$1, man.
You want $1?
This one, Productive Christians in an Age of Guilt Manipulators. And this is the one you need to read right now, because we're dealing with socialists. This is an answer to a so-called Christian socialist called Ron Sider, written by David Chilton. And Chilton's a fun reader. He has a lot of humor, but he has some deep stuff. And so this really gives you some arguments, some understandings from a biblical perspective of what socialism is, why it's unbiblical, why we shouldn't fall for it, and the damage it can do, so on and so forth. I'm going through these real quick because we'll have to talk about them later. This is a must for every Christian's library. It's called Institutes of Biblical Law. Just about anything you can think of, labor unions, foreign policy, insurance, he deals with this from the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments being a summary of everything, but the Bible addresses everything, and we don't know that, so that's why we think in secular terms. I'll read the Wall Street Journal to get all my financial stuff and principles instead of reading the Bible. So that's another one. Another one that's very important today, politics of guilt and pity. This is what we see going on. We're making us feel guilty because we're Americans. I'm guilty because I'm white. I'm guilty because I'm a Christian. I'm guilty because I'm a veteran, and on and on and on. One last one, political sermons of the founding era. You can see how far we have fallen when you go back and read the sermons from these pastors of the 1800s. 1730 to 1805. So you just read.
And what's the name of that?
It's the political sermons of the American founding era.
Oh wow!
This is during this is people that lived through this, the Revolution, all this stuff. So this is a critical book. So when we come back, we'll maybe break some of these out.
Yes.
We'll talk about this.
Well, I tell you what, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let me just say this: if Ralph ever brings any books and we don't have time, or you heard something and you want some more information, get in touch with me, chief@fetchernews.com, chief@fetchernews.com, or send me or text me or call 706-889-9700, and we will be glad to get with Ralph and get this list of books, so if you want to look them up and purchase them yourself. I'm your host, BKP. I've been happy to have my good friend Ralph Barker with me. Enjoyed the show, Ralph. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying the new software and how things look on our broadcast. Please don't hesitate to send us messages. And if you would like on this Independence Week or at any time for your picture to be our backdrop of the morning, send me a message, chief@fetchernews.com or 706-889-9700. Stay tuned for our good friend Oscar Poole and Inspirational Moments in North Georgia's only live online morning newscast. Kevin Hensley with the Morning Report. Lonnie, I'm ready to go.